talking to everybody. I was like, I just can't say hello.
Really?
I was so afraid to.
That's so funny. I was like in the corner all night.
Yeah.
With two people.
Yeah, but you were talking, you were friendly, and I was just sitting there by myself. I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I can't do it.
That's so cool.
Did you know that Lady Gaga turned a $3 million debt into a $300 million empire? Most people know her for her chart-topping hits in wild fashion, but few realize she once owed millions despite massive success. In this video, we're breaking down exactly how Gaga built her fortune, beyond just music. From smart business moves to high-profile brand deals, we'll uncover the key decisions that made her one of the richest pop stars today. Stay until the end to see how she made millions without even stepping on stage, and why her financial strategy is still paying off. Lady Gaga wasn't handed success, she fought for it. Born and raised in New York City, she had talent, but breaking into the industry was anything but easy. She started studying at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, but by 19, she felt like she was wasting time. She dropped out, fully committing to music, performing in underground clubs in the Lower East Side. These weren't glamorous shows, small crowds, loud bars, and barely making rent. But she had one goal: get noticed. In 2006, it looked like things were finally turning around. Def Jam Records signed her, but just 3 months later, she was dropped. No explanation, no backup plan, just another aspiring artist with a dream and no deal. Most people would have given up, but Gaga kept pushing. She worked on her craft, experimented with her sound, and took whatever job she could to stay in the industry. That's when she started writing songs for other artists, big names like Britney Spears, Fergie, and the Pussycat Dolls. It wasn't the spotlight, but it paid the bills and kept her in the game. Her breakthrough came when Akon heard her songwriting and saw potential beyond just writing tracks for others. He convinced Interscope Records to sign her under his label, Con Live Distribution. This deal changed everything. She finally had the resources to launch her own career, and in 2008, The Fame was released. The album wasn't just successful, it was a global phenomenon. Just Dance and Poker Face dominated the charts, and in less than a year, she went from struggling artist to international pop star. But what most people didn't know was that her fight had only just begun.
I'm here for. I've always been obsessed with music, and I enjoyed transformation. Transformation through music is one of the most beautiful gifts. You learn about yourself when you write.
By 2009, Lady Gaga was unstoppable. Her debut album, The Fame, had turned her into a global superstar, with hits like Poker Face and Just Dance dominating the charts. Then came The Fame Monster, a follow-up that was just as massive, featuring Bad Romance, Alejandro, and Telephone. With millions of records sold, she was pulling in serious money. But Gaga wasn't just about making hits, she wanted to redefine what a pop concert could be. That's where the Monster Ball Tour came in. Running from 2009 to 2011, it was her first major worldwide tour, and she wanted it to be unlike anything audiences had ever seen. She pushed for elaborate stage designs, high production visuals, and theatrical elements that blurred the line between concert and performance art. The result? The tour grossed over $227 million, making it one of the highest-grossing debut tours of all time. On the surface, it looked like she was at the height of success. Behind the scenes, though, Gaga was facing a financial crisis. She had personally poured millions of her own money into the production, refusing to cut corners or compromise her creative vision. Despite the tour's success, she suddenly found herself $3 million in debt. It was a shocking reality. One of the biggest pop stars in the world was technically broke. But instead of panicking, she focused on making the money back strategically. She ramped up her merchandise sales, capitalizing on her growing fan base who wanted a piece of the Gaga brand. Her team struck lucrative endorsement deals, including partnerships with Polaroid and Virgin Mobile, bringing in millions. She also continued adding tour dates, ensuring that the Monster Ball would keep running long enough to turn a profit.
Right, and then it changed even more when I was in my early 20s and became more of a performance and a variety show. So what we were talking about making this Bud Light tour is I kept arguing with everybody.
The strategy worked. Within months, she was not only out of debt but stronger financially than ever. What could have been a devastating financial mistake turned into proof of her business instincts and willingness to take risks. Instead of backing down, she doubled down and it paid off. By 2012, Lady Gaga was at the top of the industry, but things were starting to shift. Her 2011 album Born This Way was a success, selling over 6 million copies worldwide, but the music industry was changing. Streaming was on the rise, and physical album sales were declining. While she was still one of the biggest artists in the world, her record-breaking numbers from the Fame and the Fame monster weren't as easy to replicate. Then, in 2013, she made a huge decision. She fired her longtime manager, Troy Carter. He had been with her since the beginning, helping build her into a global superstar, but creative disagreements led to a split. The industry saw this as a risky move. Without Carter, her career direction became more unpredictable, and some questioned whether she could maintain her dominance. Her next project, Art Pop, 2013, was met with mixed reactions. While it produced hits like Applause, it didn't reach the commercial heights of her earlier work. But instead of dwelling on it, Gaga turned to touring to regain control of her finances and career. The Art Rave, the Art Pop Ball Tour in 2014 was a major success, grossing $83 million and proving that, regardless of album sales, her ability to sell out arenas was still unmatched.
I play a lot of instruments. I write all my own music. I spend hours and hours a day in the studio. I'm a producer, I'm a writer. What I do is different. I'm not just rehearsing over and over again to put on a show. There is a spontaneity in my work. I allow myself to fail. I allow myself to break. I'm not afraid of my flaws.
While some critics speculated that she was fading, Gaga was already planning her next move, one that would secure her financial future. In 2017, she signed a Las Vegas residency deal worth $100 million over 2 years. The deal was a game changer, giving her stability, massive earnings, and the freedom to reinvent herself yet again. She wasn't just surviving, she was evolving into a business powerhouse.
I wanted to be an actress before I wanted to be a singer, a musician, so this was a big dream of mine.
By 2016, Lady Gaga had already dominated the music industry, but she was just getting started. She set her sights on Hollywood, proving she wasn't just a pop star, she was a powerhouse performer. In 2018, A Star Is Born was released, and her performance as Ally earned her widespread acclaim. But it was Shallow, the film's breakout song, that changed everything. The track won an Academy Award in 2019, instantly elevating her status in the entertainment industry. She was no longer just a musician, she was an Oscar-winning artist, and that opened the doors to even bigger opportunities. At the same time, she was building her empire outside of music. In 2019, she launched House Labs, her own beauty brand. Unlike celebrity brands that faded quickly, House Labs gained traction, focusing on innovation and inclusivity. The brand expanded into major retailers and became a serious competitor in the beauty industry, now valued at millions. Her influence in fashion and luxury also became a key part of her financial success. She landed major endorsement deals with Versace, Tiffany & Company, and Dom Perignon, bringing in millions while reinforcing her brand as a high-fashion icon. These partnerships weren't just about money, they solidified her as a luxury figure, allowing her to maintain relevance beyond the music charts.
This is my only opportunity to live my dream.
Is it difficult now with the pressure? I would feel or think that there would be pressure to continue to outdo yourself or to continue to express yourself.
There's always that pressure, but the best thing about it is it's only a door away.
But she never stepped away from performing. Her Las Vegas residency continued to bring in huge profits, and she returned to major touring, proving that her fan base remained as loyal as ever. Each tour grossed tens of millions, further securing her financial future. And that's the incredible journey of Lady Gaga, an artist who turned financial setbacks into opportunities, growing her wealth beyond music and redefining what it means to be a successful entertainer. From struggling in the underground clubs of New York to becoming a global superstar, she faced challenges head-on. She turned a $3 million debt into a $300 million empire, proving her business acumen and resilience. With smart investments, lucrative deals, and an ever-evolving brand, Gaga has secured her place as one of the wealthiest pop stars of her generation. Whether through high-grossing tours, endorsement partnerships, or ventures in beauty and fashion, she's built a lasting legacy that goes far beyond her music. Her story is a powerful reminder that success isn't just about talent, it's about vision, risk-taking, and knowing when to pivot. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch the next one in the queue for more in-depth stories from Dealmaker Diaries, and as always hit that like button and subscribe.